George, you guys obviously had a very late bye. In retrospect, now that you've had it, does it feel like you're refreshed and maybe an advantage in going to these last 7 games?
When we first got our schedule and it said we were having a week 14 bye, I was very disappointed because I feel like that's really late in the season. But I feel like because we're 9-4, a week 14 bye is fantastic because getting our legs back underneath us and just giving it a week, of like just not getting hit is really good for all of us, and just get some of the guys back to full speed. I think it's going to be really helpful for us, and I feel like most guys took really good advantage of the break. When we came back on Monday, I thought we had a good practice then. I thought we had a great practice yesterday, and I thought today guys were flying around. So I think that's just leading into hopefully a great opportunity for us on Sunday.
Fan.
I am.
Friend.
Yes.
Do you hang out with the Titans because of where your off-season home is? I mean, do you have any relationships on that team?
Oh, I know a couple of the offensive linemen just through like Taylor Lewan. And then actually like during the month of like July, I'll have, like I used to, like Will Levis came out a couple off seasons ago. I usually get like 2 or 3 of their wide receivers come run routes with us just because we have a big group and it's more fun to run routes with a bunch of guys than by yourself. So every once in a while I get a good group of guys, but I don't know, like I don't hang out with too many of them, all the time, but it's fun when they do come out to the barn for routes.
Will you catch passes from Levis? Have you caught passes from him?
Yeah, I definitely have. If Brock's not around and CJ's not there, then I say it's like when CJ Beathard's there, he still knows our offense, so he knows the timing and everything. Anybody that shows up, like Duck Hodges is my quarterback sometimes when guys don't show up, and he's still got a cannon. I would love to have him as our camp quarterback one day. I think that'd be really fun. He shows up to my house with a 6-pack of beer, does one shoulder pump, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm good to throw." It's fantastic. What a character.
George, after the Rams, you said that this offense could become one of the league's best. How close do you guys feel you are to attaining that?
Well, that's a great question. We're not there yet. I wish. I thought we did pretty good against the Browns defense that I think is pretty elite. We got pretty lucky with a lot of field position stuff. With our special teams did a great job. Our defense did a great job, but we took advantage of those situations. But I think we're doing. We're not horrible on third down. We can get a little bit more efficient. The Panthers game. I thought we ran the ball well. Obviously, we had 3 turnovers, but. We're still we're trending in the right direction. We're not getting worse, which is good. You want to get a little bit better. You want to be better in December than you were in November. That good line. But like I said, I feel like this week of practice, I thought the Browns week of practice was really good for our offense, and I think guys are just really coming together, getting their legs underneath them, getting their conditioning. It's that time of the year where you got to show up, or otherwise we're going to be out of it. So I think the intent is there, and I think Coach Shanahan's hitting his stride too with just his mesh of play calling. I think this will be a big game for us to see, hey, can we go out there and score a ton of points? And, my expectation is yes, and my hope is yes.
George, this is kind of a strictly X's and O's question about him. What does he bring to the offense? What makes him so integral to this offense? What does he provide, his specific skill set?
You want me to sell you Brandon Aiyuk? Didn't you watch a lot of his games?
But I don't have the X's and O's knowledge. I'm not an NFL player.
You cover us for a long time, haven't you? All right, I'll sub us your balls. Yes. Well, let's see. Aiyuk's an absolute freak of nature. I think is the number one thing. He's a guy who can run 22 miles an hour and then stop on a dime, then jump 40 inches with a freakishly long wingspan and catch any ball you throw to him. So that by itself puts him in a class of his own. That's why you paid him $30 million. And if you don't even look at the receiving stuff, what he does in the run game too, how he hits people, how he wants to hit people, and you put him and Juwan in the field together, and it's you have 2 bullies out there at the wide receiver position. When you have wide receivers that want to block downfield, that's when your run game gets really, really good. Just the mindset he had when he was playing for us was elite. No one can mess with him. He's going to make every play that that he has an opportunity to make. And then he just had that mindset he was better than everybody else in the field, which you have to be if you want to be an elite player. And so, he's everything you want in an NFL football player. There's a freak of nature and made all the plays he wanted to make.
Speaking of Juwan and being a bully,
yes.
What's your opinion on what happened between him and the Browns players?
I heard about 60% of what was said, and I don't really think a line was crossed. But again, I missed 40% of that conversation. but like I was kind of chuckling to myself because I think there's a line that you don't cross. I don't think he crossed the line, so I think it's really good. Like people have said absolutely crazy things to me on a football field before that I was like, you probably shouldn't say that. I'm mic'd up right now. It's kind of crazy, but I've heard crazy things on the field, and I don't think what Juwan said was crazy. I think when he gets chirped, he chirps back, and I think the one thing I really respect about Juwan is that he's never thrown a punch. Like the only penalties he's ever got is like when other guys jump him, like the Cardinals game last year, and he got ejected for no reason. And the NFL actually told us that he shouldn't have gotten ejected. So like he does a really good job about like mouthing off to an extent without ever getting a penalty. So like, hey, that's part of the game, and I think he toes that line perfectly.
Do you feel like if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen?
I would not talk crap to a person that I know is going to talk crap to me and I can't handle it. Now, granted, like I don't really talk a lot of shit, but that's Juwan's thing. And if guys got him going, like they chirped him first, and after that it was like, you guys started it. It's an avalanche. Now it's on you.
George, what are your thoughts about Phillip Rivers coming back? Where did you see this on that?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Phillip Rivers. I love that he doesn't swear and like saying like like dad dumb it. Like that is, I thoroughly enjoy that. And then just also like just having him in the building is probably great for the Colts because he is a legend. And he was there for a little bit too. So like all the guys are probably excited to see him, just bring a little life and energy and maybe some leadership into there. It's so horrible what happened to Daniel Jones. He's having a fantastic year. And so maybe just even if it's just a pick-me-up to have like a familiar face come in. I have no expectations. I have no idea what he's going to do when he gets out there. But, they called him for a reason, and he said yes for a reason that he believes that he can still play at a high level. Like, I think if Phillip was like, if he knew that he couldn't play anymore, he would have said no. But if he thinks he can play, man, and, hey, he's a really good quarterback.
You mentioned that you hoped Brandon was coming back. It doesn't seem like he will. Is it hard to fathom how that relationship is broken down?
At this point, like, it doesn't seem like he's coming back. I try my best to not even think about it because, like, I love Brandon. He's one of my favorite teammates I played with. I love, we have a lot of moments together from his rookie year. Every year we played together, we have a ton of memories together. So, like, that's Brandon I remember. And if I think about, I wish he'd be here and stuff like that, it kind of just makes me sad. So, like, I just kind of push it to the side. It's like, look, we got to make do with what we got in the locker room, and the guys that are here want to be here. I don't know what that relationship's like right now, and it is what it is. So, like, I just got to focus on this team. I wish I could focus on that, but I just can't. Good? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.